Hey, this is David. It's been a while. I've been on vacation and I was kind of busy, so I've fallen out of practice. I started sketching again though, and I saved 3 of them here, playing them back at 10 times normal speed, just because they were kind of boring otherwise. Have a look. They're the 3 of them. They're just kind of in kind of a horror genre. So enjoy while I go off on a rant. The news has been interesting recently. It's been all about the Syrian civil war, how terrible it is, which is true, and how all these old rich men are telling us we have to drop lots of bombs because of our own safety. And incidentally, not because they all stand to make a profit from a new war. No, not that. Lots of bombs for lots of dead Syrians. That's the only way. Now, this isn't because Obama made that damn stupid comment about a red line last year. It was damn stupid, of course, but where was the red line when those weapons had been used before this? They've been used before this. How about when we used white phosphorus and Agent Orange? No, never mind. Just accept that this use of chemical weapons doesn't absolve us from the requirement to think before we do something. And chemical weapons weren't even talked about years ago when Senator McCain was running for president and he wanted a war there then. Now, I could make a case for going to war against any government that uses chemical weapons, on its own people or in wartime. The world would be a better place if every government knew it would be out of a job for trying that. Even in this case, where the weapons might have been deployed by rebels or rogue military units, it was the government's decision to own and keep chemical weapons, therefore the responsibility is on them. If every government was afraid to use chemical weapons, nukes would be even less likely to be used. This would be good for everybody. But the Assad government is already dying. He'll be out of power. The transition is going to be messy. We don't need to be a part of it. The American people have already realized this. They're strongly against a new war. The Congress, being mostly Republican, is of course really excited about blaming this disaster on Obama, and the blaming has already started, despite his brilliant lobbing of the ball back into their court. The decision is now up to them what to do, and they're furious to have the power and still blaming him for everything they can. There are people saying he should have attacked, and people saying he should be supplying rebels, and maybe even people telling him he should just leave it all the fuck alone. And it's not that hard to figure out what Congress should decide. Arm the rebels? Which ones? There's at least 10 different groups. Some of them will be radical right-wing nutjobs. Some of them will be Al-Qaeda backed. And if you think we can direct the resulting new government, just take a look at recent history. Shit is too recent to even be called history. Afghanistan? Iraq? No. The trick is, leave it alone. We haven't got the wisdom or the power to make it right, and we all know that. Now let's see if the representatives of the people vote to represent the actual people. Yeah. Well, that's enough ranting for now. This scary tree model, obviously with a mouth at the top for eating and digesting. I don't know where that idea came from, but I've seen similar things. And this model, oh yes, this was inspired by something I saw on Sci-Fi Channel this week. They've got a reality show that's about contestants are makeup artists that work on science fiction and horror movies, and I saw a character that really kind of inspired me. He was this mole man, this subterranean dweller that had evolved beyond the need for eyes, and the mouth was just kind of this central shape surrounded by these inward growing teeth and spikes, really kind of horrific looking. I'm not following that design 100%. Just doing it kind of by memory and diverging where I want to. And oh yes, I'm making a classic mistake here. I keep doing this, and I can explain why. It's very easy to focus on one area and decide to improve it because you really want to show improvement rapidly. But the mistake here with the software is you want to get all the big shapes. As I've said before, you want to get the big shapes done first and then zoom into the medium shapes and then zoom into the fine shapes. Because what happens is I will have to make some major changes later on, And in down-resing the model, I lose a lot of my fine detail. Here I am moving big parts of the model, and that just preparing for that has just kind of killed the fine detail, and you know, it would require me to repeat it later on. So, you know, another hard lesson for me. And also, I've shut off symmetry, and that's causing me to have to paint more or less the same thing on either side of the model. I turned it back on at one point, but you know, you don't always want to work with symmetry, because too much symmetry on especially on a monster face, just doesn't look good enough or bad enough. Alright, this model was inspired by something I saw online. A few different sculptors have worked on something called the Brute. Now, I don't know if he's from fiction or video games or what, but just imagine a ridiculously over-muscled monster man. Very military, very over-muscled, not even human anymore, really. And this one was so inhuman that it inspired me to work on something similar. So once again, I diverged pretty wildly from the image I had seen, because I'm not really working with reference images here. I don't want to show other artists' work on my YouTube page. So, you know, here I am using the spike tool again. They make excellent horns and teeth and so on. Where I really should have painted these horns and teeth were on an inner gum line inside the lip line. That would have improved things, the look of things, quite a bit. Oh, and here I am forgetting symmetry again, painting in some connective tissue here, and then realizing, oh, I gotta undo, turn on symmetry, and start over again. Not really a lot of time lost, because that stuff goes pretty quickly. And asymmetry is very important on a model like this too, so you want some ugliness in there. Alright, let's see. I'm trying a new thing here, trying to paint in folds of fat. It doesn't work out very well for me, but you live and you learn. It looks ugly, whatever it is. And let's see, moving over to other parts of the head, kind of the top of the head, just smoothing things out. But I'm pretty much done with this model for now. Maybe I'll get back to it later. Yeah, all in all though, pretty scary looking guy. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye.